Hello students. Hello everyone. So today I'm taking a very different type of topic. Okay, so it is basically I just felt some of you really find it difficult to visualize graph. Okay, so that's why I thought maybe I can take some portions of the function and its graph. So I've considered very few standard real functions and their graphs, which usually we use in class 11th and 12th standard. Okay, so today's topic of discussion is real functions and real valued functions, some standard real functions and their graphs, and visualizing domain and range of the function from its graph. So as you know, having a good concept in graph means it means you really can see mathematics. Okay, so just to visualize mathematics means visualize function means you really have to know the graph of the function. Okay, so to start with real and real valued function. Whenever we have a and b, two non-empty sets, and a function f from a to b is called a real function if its domain and codomain means a and b are subsets of set of real numbers. So real function means the domain and codomain should be subsets of real numbers. And the function f from a to b is called the real valued function if b. So here I have taken a range of the function. Actually it should be range of the function f. Okay, and you know range is a subset of codomain. Okay, and specifically we should consider here range of the function is a subset of R, set of real numbers. So it means, so here nothing is told about A. So basically when range of the function is subset of set of real numbers, that is real valued function. So it means all the real functions can be real valued function, right? Real functions can be real valued function, but all the real valued function might not be real function, right? And please note that in practice, when we are given functions without any mention of domain and codomain, we consider it as a real function. So sometimes, no, suppose you are given fx equal to x square plus 3x plus 5. Yeah, fx equal to 1 by x plus 1 where x not equal to minus 1. In such cases, we are not given f from a to b. I mean f from domain to codomain. यहाँ पे domain codomain mention नहीं किया हुआ. In such cases, now we have to assume by default these are real functions. And वैसे in class 11th and 12th, no, in our syllabus we are dealing with only real functions. So that's why no worry. Okay, so not to be confused. So we are having only real functions in our syllabus. So if domain and codomain are not mentioned, so by default we will take those functions as real. And taking graphs of some standard real functions which we will be using in our syllabus and specifically calculus, studying calculus. So identity function. So identity function is basically whenever we take fx equal to x, that is called identity function. So it means if you write y equal to fx equal to x, it's basically y equal to x. And look at the graph. Whenever you take y equal to x, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, minus 1 like this. So 0, 0 also, right? x0, y0. So here you see the line passes through, this is a straight line passing through origin. And if you go a little bit deeper, the slope is 1. So it means this angle, this line makes an angle 45 degree with x-axis. So this is basically, I mean, whenever you just look at the graph, you have lots of observations. Okay, first observation, as I said, the line passes through origin. Okay, it is a straight line which passes through origin, and also slope is 1. So it means the inclination of the line is 45 degree with x-axis, and the line you can take as many values as you can, 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 like this. Similarly minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 like this. So as many values as you can, right, you can take. So it means here x set of all x will be set of real numbers. It means domain is set of real numbers, and as y equal to x, so y is also set of real numbers. So domain and range set of real numbers. Okay, so next you see one more, I mean very important function, a reciprocal function. So most of the time now whenever we write fx equal to 1 by x, and obviously x not equal to 0, because if x equal to 0, 1 by x, I mean denominator should not be equal to 0. And this is called reciprocal function. And here you see whenever you write x not equal to 0 means you are taking any real value of x except 0. And what about range? So for range, if you write y equal to fx equal to 1 by x, so your x equal to 1 by y. And again if you write x equal to 1 by y, y is also not equal to 0. So this is the way we think algebraically to find domain and range of the function. But now here our purpose is to observe the graph and tell what is domain and range. So here the graph of fx equal to 1 by x is like this, and if you are able to observe this, see here the graph in both the branches, you see it never touches x-axis. Similarly, it never touches y-axis also. Okay, it extends up to infinity, but without touching x-axis and y-axis. So it is not touching x-axis means you are not getting y equal to 0. When it doesn't touch y-axis, अगर touch यहाँ पे करता इस point में x equal to 0 होता, so it will never touch y-axis. So x not equal to 0. So from the graph you can observe domain is set of real numbers except 0, and range is also set of real numbers except. Now next function is modulus functions. So it has a greater role to play in studying calculus, specifically continuity, differentiability, and again like no integration also. And modulus function is basically fx equal to mod x, we write like this, and mod x is defined as it is minus x when x less than 0, and it is x when x greater than equal to 0. It is called modulus function, or the other name of modulus function is absolute value function. Okay, so here you see the graph is like this. Whenever you write fx equal to mod x equal to minus x when x less than 0. So it means if you are taking x less than 0, so y equal to minus x basically, right? So y equal to minus x, you are getting the line like this side, and when x equal to 0, mod x equal to x 0 means you are getting 0. When x greater than 0, you are getting y equal to x. So it is basically symmetric about this line, I mean y-axis, and so basically it is a V-shaped graph. Okay, and what about domain and range? So as you can see, we are taking x less than 0, x greater than 0, x equal to 0. So we are covering the whole real number set. Okay, and वैसे भी देखो 1 2 3 x का वैल्यू आप कुछ भी ले सकते हो. Okay, it is from minus infinity to plus infinity. So domain of the function should be set of real numbers. And what about range? And as you can observe from the graph, this graph no portion is below x axis. I mean negative direction of y axis में इसका कोई भी portion नहीं है. So it means the range of the function is set of all non-negative real numbers. Okay, I'm telling here, I'm telling non-negative real numbers. Okay, it means y greater than equal to 0. Okay, so this is, so now see, yeah, domain of the function is set of real numbers, range is set of all non-negative real numbers. So I have taken one more graph here also, fx equal to mod x minus 1, and you see this graph is also a v-shaped graph. Okay, so here you see how to draw the graph. First you think x equal, when it is 0, y equal to fx, 0 कहाँ पे होगा? So x minus 1, 0 means x equal to 1. So first point x equal to 1, the y 0. Then you take like some values like 1, suppose 2, 3, like this. I mean some values more than 1 and some values x less than 1. Because as we know, the graph is a symmetric one. It is a V-shaped symmetric graph. Symmetric about here it is y-axis, but here again if you draw the line here, no, it will symmetric to this. But anyway, V-shaped graph. Okay, so here also you can see the domain of the function. X can take any value, right? So domain of the function is set of real numbers, and range, again you see the graph being V-shaped and it is above, I mean x-axis, positive direction of x-axis, and it can be 0 also. So again range is set of non-negative. Next one is the greatest integer function. It is the most wanted function for all of you, because many students, in fact, they asked me the question on this. So that is the reason I thought with greatest integer function, no, I can take some other functions, so that no, it will be very helpful to I mean the students. So the function defined by fx equal to this bracket x, where this we write like this. It is the notation of greatest integer function. The bracket x is the greatest integer not exceeding x, the greatest integer less than equal to x. For example, so whenever you write bracket value, bracket, I mean x equal to 2, so greatest integer function of 2 is 2. If you take 2.5 here, you are getting 2. If you take 2.9, you are getting 2. 2.999, it is also 2. Because this is not an integer, this is not an integer, ये भी integer नहीं है. So whenever it is integer, you are getting equal. Bracket of 2 is 2, here 3, तो ये 3 आ रहा है. So, and whenever it is not an integer, see, these are decimal means these are rational numbers, terminating decimal अगर हो, rational numbers. So basically integer नहीं है. So you see not exceeding x. So not exceeding x means 2.5 का जो bracket value, so it is not the greatest integer not exceeding 2.5. Such integer will be 2. So it means the bracket x can be defined in this way. Whenever x is between minus 1 and 0, with minus 1 is inclusive, so the value is minus 1. At the moment you come 0 to 0 till 1, okay, 1 excluded, 0 included, you are getting the value 0, and 1 from 1 till 2. Okay, so you see the symbol, it is 1, and it 2 less than equal to x less than 3. So the greatest integer not exceeding x, it will be 2. And here you see the graph of the function is like this, and it is looking like staircase. The other name of this greatest integer function is step function. And ये वैसे gaps या jumps क्यों? Why there are jumps in between? It is because we are considering any value of x, right? X can be any real number, right? And whenever we consider value of fx, I mean y, see, we are considering only integers. Means whenever you write it is 2, you are having 2 here, right? 2. Whenever you have 2.5, तब भी 2 आएगा, 2.9 तब भी 2 आएगा. So it means for between 2 and 3, if 2 less than equal to x less than 3, you are getting fx. Okay, and similarly whenever you get 1 less than equal to x less than 2, so this. So in between the fractional values, I mean the rational numbers, we are not considering. So that's why now you are getting jumps like this. So breaks in between. And this, as the graph says, this is not a continuous function. You know, continuous function means without lifting your hand you can draw the graph of the function, right? Apart from mathematical definition, just to visualize continuous function, you should get a smooth curve, you know, without any break, without any gap. But here you see there are jumps in between. And domain होगा क्या? Domain is set of real numbers because we are taking any value of x. And whenever it comes to range, the definition says everything. It is the greatest integer, right? So it means we consider only integral values. So please note that this fx, because it takes only integral values, we see the graph is not continuous, means jumps in between, breaks in between. The other name of this function is called step function because it looks like steps, staircase. Again, an interesting fact about fx equal to bracket x is, so bracket x, greatest integer function x plus greatest integer function of minus x, that is 0 when x is an integer. For example, if x equal to 4, this is 4, this is minus 4, you are getting 0. And if it is non-integer, suppose for example x equal to 4.3, so here bracket value is 4.3 का bracket value क्या होगा? 4 होगा. Minus 4.3 का क्या होगा bracket value? Minus 5. So 4 minus 5, that is equal to minus 1. So when it is non-integer, you are getting minus 1 here. And signum function, the function defined by fx equal to, this is for signum function, it is 1 when x greater than 0, 0 when x equal to 0, and minus 1 when x less than 0. So it is called signum function. It is actually what? Fx equal to mod x by x. So this is the notation of the signum function. Fx equal to mod x by x, and this mod x by x, so when x not equal to 0, okay, and 0 when x equal to 0, you can verify this. See, when x greater than 0, mod x equal to x, so x by x you are getting 1 here. When x less than 0, mod x minus 1, so mod x equal to minus x by x is minus 1, right? So writing like this or writing like this, similar thing. So here you see the domain will be what? Domain is, since you are covering x greater than 0, equal to 0, less than 0. So you are covering the whole real so the graph is like this, right? X equal to, when x equal to 0, you are getting here y0. When x greater than 0, y equal to 1 and a minus 1. So domain and range, domain is set of real numbers, and as you can see, greater than 0, equal to 0, less than 0. And range is, because it takes only 3 values, minus 1, 0, 1. and I have just added two or three functions ka graph. See, the first one is fx equal to under root a square minus x square. So in fact it is one type of, you can say, square root function भी बोल सकते हो, algebraic function भी बोल सकते हो. So whenever you, and such questions no already it is in the I mean exercise of 11th standard NCERT. So fx equal to under root a square minus x square is defined when a square minus x square is greater than equal to 0. Means a square greater than equal to x square, or you can say x square is less than equal to a square, right? So it means taking the square root you are getting mod x less than equal to a, or you can say x lies between minus a and a, both ends are inclusive. Similarly you can find whenever you take y equal to fx equal to this, and you can so then you can get y accordingly. So domain of this function is minus a closed interval, range is 0a, and as you can see the graph of this function is a semicircle. Okay, semicircle, one end is a0 minus a0, and here you see semicircle with radius a. Okay, and because you don't have any portion in the negative side of y-axis, you can't take negative here. Y should be like no non-negative. No, y is non-negative basically, and up to a. It's not, you can't say non-negative real numbers or something like this. 0 to a. Okay, so this is the thing. And one graph, very familiar graph, y equal to x square. So y equal to x square is basically, you may say it parabola, you may say, I mean basically parabola ही बोलोगे इसको तो. So it looks like this. Okay, parabola जैसे. Domain इसका क्या होगा? You can take any value of x, and what will be y? X square, y equal to x square. X square cannot be negative. अब देखो x square negative नहीं है, so y के value ना नीचे नहीं आ रहा, right? So it means ये हो जाएगा नॉन नेगेटिव, range will be non negative real numbers, domain can be any real number. Okay, and one more function you see, y equal to x cube, and if you see the graph, see the graph is symmetric about origin. Okay, see, and here you can see, if you just now by looking at this graph, domain and range बताओगे. So x can be any value, right? अब देखो x कुछ भी ले सकते हो, any real value, and whatever you take x उसका क्यूब हो जाएगा y के लिए. So if x takes all the real values, then y will also be taking all real values. So domain and range both are set of real numbers. Okay, so these are some of the graphs of I mean standard real functions, which I feel it will help you in questions. And two more important types of functions. One is even function and the other one is odd function. So function fx is said to be an even function if f minus x equal to fx. Okay, it means even if you change sign of the variable, the function will remain unchanged. Okay, so for all x belongs to the domain of the function. So it means you say fx equal to x square. Just in previous, just now we have taken one graph, no, fx equal to x square, right? So you could see that the graph is in the shape of a parabola, and here fx equal to cos x. If you write cos minus x equal to cos x. So no change. Even if आप x का साइन चेंज करते हो, फंक्शन में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Any even power of x, x square, x power 4, x to power 6. So these are also even functions. and also sin x power even, sin square x, sin to the power 4x. Okay, so there are many such functions, and even function basically like this. And odd function is, function fx is said to be an odd function if f minus x equal to minus fx, means by changing sign of the variable, the sign of the function is changed. Such example, as you know, sin minus x equal to minus sin x. So fx equal to sin x is an example of odd function. Fx equal to x cube, x to the power 5, fx equal to x. So जहाँ पे x का साइन चेंज होगा तो fx का भी साइन चेंज हो जाता है. और sin cube x, sin to the power 5x, and so on. So odd power of sin x, odd power of x, these are some of the odd functions, and of course here n is any integer. So some very important observations regarding even and odd functions. So whenever you take, you have just seen no fx equal to x square, the graph is symmetric about y-axis. So whenever you take any even function, see, whenever you take even function, even if you are changing x, sign of x, no change in the sign of fx. So that's why it is symmetric about y-axis. And odd function, as you have just seen, fx equal to x cube. Okay, so fx equal to x cube, that is symmetric about origin. And you have seen the graph of sin x also, right? So odd function is always symmetric about origin, I mean graph of the odd function. And if fx equal to 0, so that is the only function which is both even and odd at the same time. Fourth observation is, every function can be expressed as the sum of an even and an odd function. So this you can verify. Okay, so it means, yeah, so whenever you write fx, it can be written like, no, if you write fx plus f minus x by 2 and fx minus f minus x by 2. So whenever you take sum of the, I mean any function can be expressed as sum of an even function and an odd function. And finally, function may neither be even nor be odd. So like for example, whenever you have fx is even, gx is odd function, fx plus gx or fx minus gx. So it is neither even nor odd function. So this is about, I mean, what I just wanted to, bring to your notice, so that as some of you were asking questions on greatest integer function, signum functions. So I thought maybe I can compile some 4-5 functions, so that it will really help you. Okay, so that's it for today's class, and please go through the graphs and these simple concepts, and it will help you. Okay, so thank you so much.